Well, I'm sorry to hear that it was stressful. Hopefully you're able to chill at some point. Hopefully by watching the stream. That's kind of why I started streaming in the first place, is because wanted to provide a low stress environment for people and also for myself. Glad to hear I enjoyed my weekend. Anything special planned for this week? I'm gonna be out of town. I'm gonna be going to a convention, and I have a physical copy of the first half of my comic printed, and I just received it today. So I'm gonna be basically going around the convention and advertising it to people. It sucks though because the physical the blah, 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 the physical copy that I ordered, I actually made a bunch of mistakes when I was specifying like the dimensions for it. Uh, and like the dimensions for the file are too big, and I didn't resize them to basically they're in A4 size, and I didn't resize them to A5. So um, it automatically changed it to A4 even though I selected A5. Uh, and the book is like way bigger than I wanted it to be, uh, which is kind of annoying. And also like I didn't get the settings for the cover right, so the cover isn't like as shiny as I wanted it to be. So it's not perfect, but the main reason why I made it in the first place was so that I could like correct any mistakes that I would end up making. So I basically learned what I did wrong, and I know how to fix it now. At least I think so. But that's basically so that for when I do the final copy, I don't make any of those mistakes. I'm gonna do a video about it on my channel, basically documenting like the whole process of how I got to this point. So I'm not going to the con just to advertise. Yeah, I'm gonna try to enjoy myself too. Yeah. Hopefully people won't find it annoying or anything, but it is a convention. Uh, so people are probably there to like see shit relating to like manga and anime, you know? So hopefully I won't be like too intrusive. Any plans on how I'm going to advertise? Well, I don't have a table. I'm gonna I'm planning on eventually like tabling at cons and stuff once the book is actually done, because then I can like sell the book, and then I'll also have like art prints that I can make of like pieces of art that I've made in the past uh, that I can sell too. But right now, I just don't have enough, stuff to really justify it, I think. Uh, so at this point, I'm probably just going to be like going up to people that seem like open to conversation and just like, asking them if they want to check out the comic. Vocalize a hook or the main interesting plot about the comic. Okay. Yeah. I feel like the hook could be like, well, mm, like the thing is with this story is like the first half is very episodic, so I feel like the hook could be like either like the characters are kind of like yin and yang, they're like polar opposites, uh, or something about the setting, like the setting is like futuristic, but it's reverting back to the past. Um, because right now those are the parts of the story that I think stand out the most. And everything other than that is kind of generic, like right now at this point. Uh, but things are gonna get more interesting later, I promise. But yeah, it's really hard to. Uh, I don't really have like a super compelling hook for the story right now. But let me know which of those two things sounds more interesting to you. I feel like the characters are probably going to be the selling point rather than the setting. Like the character dynamic is kind of like the crux of the story. But yeah, unfortunately, like I didn't really design the story around like a hook or something, which I probably should have. But yeah, because like when I made this, I was kind of just like, I would like to write a story. Um, so I feel like by the time this first book is done, like people will understand like the kind of themes and like the dynamic and stuff that I had in mind, because it takes place over the course of the whole comic, so the whole picture is not going to be clear until it's over. Well, maybe it'll start to become more clear the further on we go, but this first half is kind of like set up for the rest of the story, I gotta say. The hook can come later, as you said. You have time to develop the story to flesh it out properly. Okay. Well, I feel like I should have a hook because like I have the whole script for the story written out. So like, well, actually another part of it is there's going to be like a plot twist that comes later, and I don't want to spoil that. But I feel like the plot twist, like if I spoil it, that could be a pretty good hook all on its own. But if I tell people what it is, then it's not going to have as much impact when they're actually reading it. You know? Like actually, yeah, like the plot twist, like that's definitely like the best hook that I have. But I've been keeping it a secret because yeah. The character dynamics are the main point at the moment. Describe the overarching themes in 2 words. Non-duality. Non-duality. Like, we have these 2 characters that are kind of like 2 sides of the same coin, I guess. But like they appear to be different, but they're actually more similar than anyone might realize. Yeah, keep it to yourself. Yeah, I will do that. But yeah, like the themes are like seemingly different things or seemingly opposite things actually being more similar or the same. So it's all about like opposites and stuff and sort of connecting those opposites to each other in some way. Non-duality is a good term for the concept you're striving for. You understand what you mean, others won't, so it's likely to create confusion. Yeah, and like non-duality is actually kind of like a spiritual term and like a spiritual concept. So I feel like it's not really mainstream. But I want to make it mainstream. That's why I'm making the comic. Oh, actually, I feel like another way I could do it is maybe like rely on like tropes, I guess, because I feel like Lilia is like pretty much like she falls into the category of like a tsundere or something. So I feel like if I say that, a lot of people at the anime con will be able to recognize what I'm talking about. I could just say like there's a tsundere knight and an emo guy, basically. That is like a very like, well, actually no. I feel like the characters in my story aren't like the most fleshed out, so I was gonna say like that's like a really one-dimensional way of describing them, but no, like at this point in the story, at least, like they are basically just that. Which anime manga shows have similar concept to yours? Was anyone like, yeah. That is also a good idea. Because I feel like, it's like the dynamic here, at least at this point, is like kind of similar to like Asuka and Shinji from Neon Genesis Evangelion, a little bit, tiny bit. So I could do something like that. I think. But at the same time, I don't want it to be like too similar. Like I don't want it to be like, oh, this is basically the same thing. I need to highlight the actual differences that make it stand out too. Because if it's the exact same, then there's kind of no point. Yeah, Eva as an example. Yeah. So actually, the other method that I forgot about is like talking about like two disparate pieces of media combined, and then using that as a descriptor for whatever piece of media you're making. Like I've seen people do that a lot on like Kickstarter, where they're like, it's basically blank plus blank. And what I have said, like in my YouTube video, what I've said for it is like, it's like Evangelion plus Dark Souls, which I think is pretty accurate. So I think I'll go for something like that too. I'm gonna try multiple methods of describing it. QR code to scan it and get to your comic immediately instead of, oh yeah, thanks, love, I think. Okay, so the thing is, I have a QR code to my link tree on the back of the book, but it doesn't fucking work. So, yeah, and I don't know why it doesn't work. It's really annoying. But, yeah. I really should have made like business cards or something too, but I didn't think I was gonna need them because I have the QR code, but no, it does not work. So I might just have to like make sure that people know my username and then they can like follow me if they want to. You good? Sales isn't hard once you figure it out somewhat. Man, I feel like I have to learn so much if I want to be like doing art as a full-time thing, which, you know, who knows if that'll ever be possible for me, but like I have to learn like sales, business, stuff like that. And that's like so far outside of what I'm used to. I'm used to just like drawing and like making stuff. Sales is an advertisement and getting people to read, not actually selling. Yeah. The self-promotion is a completely different thing. For the longest time, I have not known how to effectively do it.